In order to satisfy his own perverted desires, the father decided to imprison his newly developed daughter and enjoy her slowly. He first thought of an excuse, intentionally leave his wife, and then pretended to let his daughter to help carry things. Surprisingly, the rebellious Lisa agreed. When they moved the things to the basement, Lisa accidentally found a secret door hidden behind the bookshelves. Although she was incredulous, her trust in her father prevented her from thinking much about it, who knew that this trust would lead her to fall into the abyss. Her father quickly locked the door to the secret room, trapping Lisa inside. She desperately cried out, but the chamber had been specially modified so that no sound could get out. Lisa initially thought that her father was just punishing her for a few days, until she opened the box that her father had made her carry and found that it was full of her necessities. Then she realized that this was all an elaborate imprisonment orchestrated by her father. Fear floods her mind as she tries to unlock the door, but her father has set a combination lock and the chamber cuts off the power after 3 incorrect entries. Lisa looks around and notices a ventilation duct in the corner and calls out for help, hoping her mother upstairs will hear her. Her father heard the commotion and immediately blocked the vent with a quilt to ensure that the outside world could not hear her. At noon the next day, her mother realized Lisa had not returned home and called the police for help. However, the father deliberately revealed to the police that Lisa had thoughts of running away from home and said that all of her luggage was missing, implying that it was a planned escape. The police, no strangers to this case, thought the child would eventually return on her own and told the mother to wait in peace. The father managed to escape the suspicion of the police and returned to the basement. Lisa hears movement outside the door and takes the opportunity to hide behind a pillar and attempts to break out of the chamber, only to be violently pulled back by the father. The father, who had a violent temper, threatened to provide Lisa with good living conditions if she behaved, or else she would be severely punished. He then sexually assaulted his daughter. Lisa huddled in a corner crying in despair and never had a father in her life again. And when Lisa's boyfriend comes looking for her, the father says she is already with someone else. Mistaking the betrayal for betrayal, the simple boy leaves full of disappointment. On the 21st day of Lisa's imprisonment, it was her 18th birthday. She looks at the cake that her father has brought with him with no joy, just resentment, and blows out the candles. Her father then pulls out the birthday present he has prepared for her, a sexy red dress, and offers to grant her a birthday wish if she changes into it. After changing, Lisa offers to want a clock, hoping to feel the time outside in the dark basement. Her father agrees, but orders her to stop calling him daddy and to address him as lover. Lisa's heart was filled with disgust, but she could only bow her head and obey. On the 38th day of her captivity, Lisa was eating cold canned food as usual when she suddenly realized that the edge of the lid was unusually sharp. She touched the lid and a glimmer of hope flared in her heart. She pretended to be a good girl and stood in the doorway, ready to strike a fatal blow with her homemade improvised weapon while her father was relaxing. But her father was prepared for this, and after grabbing the weapon, he threw her to the ground and stomped on her wrists, and Lisa was once again subjected to inhumane torture and abuse. As the days passed, Lisa's living situation went from a modest shower facility cabin to a full house, meaning she had suffered countless injuries. She went from a wonderful young girl to a pregnant woman in her 10th month of pregnancy.